Hello and welcome to another episode in the series of lockdown recipes. In today's episode, I'm cooking a very popular dessert from the state of Kerala, and I'm cooking the Cherupayar Paripu Payasam. And for the Payasam, I'm going to use jaggery and coconut milk with a few spices. It's a very popular dish. It's a simple dish with simple ingredients, and I'm cooking it home style. For the ingredients today, I'm going to use about a cup of moong dal, about 200 grams. I'm going to use two types of coconut milk, the thin and the thick. And I'll use about 2 cups of jaggery, which I'm going to constitute with about 500 grams of jaggery and 250 ml of water. Like I said, the 2 types of coconut milk along with some ghee, cashew nut, coconut, some cardamom and some raisins. I'm first going to take a pan and going to lightly roast the moong dal, and as they change color from a light yellow to a dark yellow, I'm going to transfer this to a pressure cooker. I'm going to pour some water and give it a pressure cook for about 3 to 4 whistles. I'm going to take the traditional urli to make the payasam. I'm going to heat some ghee, And when the ghee is nice and hot, I'm going to add some raisins. I'll give it a quick stir and a toss and keep them aside. That's the color I'm looking for, a light brown color. I'm also going to add some cashew nuts, which I'm also going to toss in the ghee until it turns a light brown, and I'm going to keep this aside as well. And when that's done, I'm going to add some coconut pieces, fry it to a light brown in the same ghee in the urli, and keep all of this aside. Now, all of this are going to be part of my garnish for the payasam later. While this is cooking in the pressure cooker, I'll let the steam go and open the pressure cooker. And this is how it's going to be inside. You could add a cup of water and you can use a spoon to mash it to a nice creamy consistency. Make sure you mash this completely so that it forms a nice creamy and a nice smooth paste. It's important to have this nice and smooth while you're making the payasam. And to the same urli with ghee in it, I'm going to transfer the mashed gram, the dal, and I'm going to cook this for about 5 to 10 minutes, constantly stirring to ensure that the dal doesn't stick to the bottom of the urli. And this is an important stage where all of the dal is constantly stirred to ensure there is no sticking at the bottom. That's the consistency we're looking for, and at this stage I'm going to add the jaggery syrup. I'll give it a quick stir and a mix and ensure that all of it is mixed thoroughly. I'm going to continue to cook this on a low flame and continue to keep stirring it and ensure that nothing is held up at the bottom. This is the consistency we're looking for the payasam at this stage. It continues to boil and it forms a nice thick syrupy consistency as you see in the urli. While this is happening, I'm going to add the first part of the coconut milk, the thin coconut milk, into the jaggery and into the dal. And after this is poured in, I'm going to give it a nice stir, mix it well, and continue to boil and cook this on a medium to low flame. You can see the color of the payasam changing from a dark brown to a lighter brown color. And as it continues to cook, it becomes thicker. And as you see in the frame, yeah, that's the consistency. It's still a little runny. I'm going to continue to cook it for a little more time, for about 10 more minutes. Yes, and this is the consistency when it begins to boil, nice and syrupy and nice and thick. Ensure that the payasam is constantly stirred, and at this stage we're going to add the second part of the coconut milk, the thick coconut milk, about one part of this. And when that's done, I'm going to give the payasam another quick stir so that all of this are mixed thoroughly and consistently. A constant mix will make the payasam creamy and will ensure, like I said, the bottom doesn't hold up. That's the consistency we're looking for, nice and thick and creamy, perfect. We've been cooking this for about 20 to 25 minutes on the urli, and the urli ensures the temperature is well maintained. I'm going to add some cardamom powder just for flavoring, and I'm also going to add all of our I'm going to ensure we add all of the garnish that we had fried and kept aside to the payasam. And there you have it, the perfect payasam and ready to be eaten. You can follow me for more recipes on cooking from India and abroad on my Facebook and on my Instagram pages. Thank you for watching, and I'll be back soon with more recipes. Bye bye for now.